got time, grab a seat, snack in hand, set to geek. Tastic heroes on the screen, dream it up, print the scene. G.I. Joe on the table, new ideas on the way. Paint and polish on the cable, every single Tuesday Toy Talk. We're dialing in, building up worlds with a crazy grin. 3D print and custom paint on the go. Tuesday Toy Talk, crank it up loud. G.I. Customs leading the crowd. Oh yeah, Tuesday Toy Talk. G.I. Joe on the table, new ideas on the way. Paint and polish on the cable, every single Tuesday Toy Talk. We're dialing in, building up worlds with a crazy grin. 3D print and custom paint on the go. Tuesday Toy Talk, crank it up loud. G.I. Customs leading the crowd. Oh yeah. Ready, set, play. Toy time every Tuesday Toy Talk.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate everyone being here for the first Tuesday Toy Talk with GI Customs. I got all kinds of things planned, got a list of show notes off to the side, doing my best to get things set up. We're going to start out as people hopefully trickle in a little bit. Thanking everyone for being here. Destro Designs, thank you very much for being here, bringing some people in. You brought in Just Another Jerk. Thanks for being here, man. Son of a Cran Slayer, see you over there, Paul. Wachata? Waquinta? I don't know how you say that. We got people trickling in here. Appreciate it. Cobra Asset, thanks for being here, man. Someone added Stu for lunch here. I don't know if he's actually still here or he bounced in and bounced out, but thanks for everyone being here. I am still trying to do this all on my own, so I'll be bouncing back and forth, trying to catch everyone's comments and stuff off to the side as I see them. But if I miss you or something, don't take that personally. It's just me trying to keep up with everything and talk about what's going on, keep up with you guys, and keep things rolling. So in the future, I might be able to get a moderator or something to help me out there. So something to look forward to at some point. But I appreciate everyone being here. Julio, thanks, man. Appreciate you being here. There's all kinds of people here. Thanks everyone for being here. So I want to start out because I forgot it last time. So this is my second stream. My first one was a giveaway. So don't forget, down below at gicustoms.com during the stream and a little bit after, maybe I think it goes till 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you use the code STREAM10, you save 10% on anything on the site. That's only during the stream. And I will, just like I did last time, any orders I get during the stream, I'll call out. So if you see me looking down, picking up my phone or something, it's because I got an order, and I'm going to call it out on stream of who it is and thank them. So do that every time if I can. So I appreciate everyone just being here. Don't feel the need to go in order or do anything like that, but want to make sure that you guys showing up, you get something off extra during the stream for being here. I appreciate that. So wanted to get that out of the way, since I think last time I was like halfway through or something before I remembered that was down there, even though it was there. So we got that going on. So one thing I wanted to start out with here, as we're still letting people trickle in a little bit, but it's going to be a different schedule coming up. If you've been following me on YouTube for a little while, I was being consistent with Thursday videos. So the Tomahawk series, Night Raven series, everything like that. I was doing that every Thursday, sometimes a Friday if things got crazy. Largos, what's going on, man? Mark, what's going on, dude? Saw you chime in there. So usually it's been Thursdays. I've been a little off that. I've been trying to work out my schedule and get something more consistent, but also work in live streams and some other stuff as well. So you might have noticed last week of What's New Wednesday. Those are going to be short, like 4 to 10 minute, maybe. I don't know. I hope to keep them under 10-minute videos of just what's new on the site, what's new, coming out, anything like that, new collaborations, something like that, whatever's new, it'll be every Wednesday. So I'll pre-record a batch of them, so they just come out every single Wednesday. You can count on that. And then the schedule then from there is going to be every Tuesday. There's either going to be a live stream like today, or there will be a like full-time video of whatever big project I've got going on. So it'll alternate back and forth every Tuesday. One that gives me a chance to do live streams every other week. I really enjoyed my first one, so I wanted to keep going. And wanted to also then, I was feeling real rushed to get a video out every week of some of these big projects, especially getting into the Night Raven. There's just so much work that goes into it, and trying to film all of that, edit all of that while still making progress on it. Doing it every week just ate up a lot of time in there. So what I'm going to do is every other week doing that is going to, one, allow those episodes to go from 5 or 6 episodes as to get through a project to go down to like 2 or 3. So it'll be a lot easier to get through. I'll be able to push a lot more into an episode, take out some of the painting black kind of stuff. So I want to be able to do that and produce better videos for everybody. And then, like I said, then it allows me to live stream in between. It's a little bit of setup, but it's not the same kind of filming and editing and stuff like that that a full form video is. So every Wednesday will be a What's New Wednesday, and every Tuesday will either be a live stream or full video of whatever big project I have going on, alternating between. So hopefully that's a good schedule for everybody. I really like that. Bobby, what's going on, man? Cobra Gates, yeah. I just did, that was my first What's New Wednesday. Introduced those, I think the week prior or something like that, but got those up there, and all that stuff. So the holiday and some snow days and some different things here have stopped me from getting some of those packages out, though they've all been printed, and I think I'm waiting on just one, and I think it just finished printing the final part. So everything will go out tomorrow. I think I have 15 orders or something that'll go out. I'm usually a little quicker on that, but all that stuff kind of piled up. So I got all that going out. I think I'll be, as we sit right this second anyways, everything other than big custom vehicles will be out. So if you've got anything other than a big custom painted vehicle, that should be in the mail tomorrow. I think everything is UPS this time. You should have already gotten the tracking number. I think there's the one that just finished printing. I haven't put that in a box yet, so it doesn't have a tracking number, but everyone else should have got their tracking number. It just hasn't gone out yet because of the weather. I think today I saw -8 at one point, so daughter didn't have school and all kinds of stuff. But it just kind of delayed some of that, but only by a day or so. So I'll get that out there. So next, I've got a couple things. I'm just going down my list here of things I wanted to touch on. We will get at the end of questions. If you think of questions along the way, feel free to throw them up in the chat. If I catch them, I'll try to answer them as I go, or I'll star them and save them till the end, and I'll come back and do my best to get to it. So I think tomorrow you've got a What's New Wednesday that's going to cover the these guys, pack rats. So we got pack rats. Over the last couple of weeks, I've worked with Mark II Designs, who I believe was, anyways, if he still is, in the chat over there. He's got some amazing prints, so him and I are working together, getting some of his stuff over here. I'm printing them and sending them out. So I've got a whole bunch of these that come in the army green like regular, but then this is one of the Cobra versions. I just pulled this off a shelf. So really cool, and you've got all three of them. This is the missile one. You've also got the guns, the machine gun, I think they called it, and then the flamethrower. So you've got all those all up on the site, ready to go. So they'll be for order up there, and then I think tomorrow, the What's New Wednesday, we'll go over them a little more detail, zoom in. That's set as well. If you've been paying attention to my social media, will be changing. So not tomorrow. I think that one was already pre-recorded, but the next week, got a little different setup for that, so it'll be cool. Got some other stuff going on. Speaking of Mark, so we're just going to get into some of this. Is sidecar real quick. So this is for the Ram cycle. plugs right into the existing ram cycle with those two posts right there. But this is the army green one. And then I've got, and this one, be careful here, I've got two figures on it. Night Force. It is black instead of gray, but I mean, the gray on that cycle is so dark anyways and has black. I think this thing looks freaking cool. So you got that up on the site. So along those lines, I wanted to announce something for the first time here is I will be doing a limited time exclusive with those Ram Cycle sidecars. So the way this is going to work is, and I'll show you here, I've got one all done up here. I'm going to probably release it, I'm thinking next Monday, and it'll run for 1 week. So from Monday morning to the next Sunday night, and you'll be able to order it during that time. I'll only do the orders during that time. I will take it down when it's done, but they will be custom painted. So they'll be a little more than your regular ones on the site, and they will be custom painted Tiger Force. So these are the ones I'm looking at. These are airbrushed, everything match the bike. It's got a full tan seat in it. That's all airbrushed. It doesn't come out super great on here, but it looks leather. So I've got a little texture on it. Wheels will probably be done up a little better than that. I just put this one together quick to kind of confirm of, hey, I can do that in the time allotted and all that. So these will be coming out. So make sure to pay attention to that if this is something that you've wanted. Like I said, it'll be an exclusive. I'll run it for a week, and it'll take about a month or so. So with all the other projects and things I have going on, those will kind of be the in-between projects of when I'm waiting for a big part from a Night Raven or a Tomahawk to dry or whatever. I'll work on one of those and kind of get them out. So it'll be a month or two as everyone kind of gets them. Obviously, depending on how many orders there are. But then that'll be cut off after a week. No one can order it. You know, it might come out again down the line. But because those are custom painted, there will be extra cost, but it also takes me extra time. So we'll see how this one goes. I might do that with other things. Every couple months, come out with an exclusive, see how many orders we can get in a week, and custom paint them all, get them out, and, you know, be able to give you guys some limited stuff that, you know, maybe once a year the Tiger cycle will come around or something like that. It won't be super often. So wanted to announce that because I've never done it that way before. We'll see how it works. And I know Mark originally, I don't know if it was years ago or whenever he originally did these, did have a Tiger Force option. And I know that's something people like. So I'll show you one more time before I let it go here. So I know a few other people are trickling in, but it's a good looking sidecar. You know, I could print these all yellow, but it's just not the same. You got to have that white. You got to have the tiger stripe. So I knew I had to do a custom paint on it for that. So it exists. It's going to happen. But if all my plans go right, should be next Monday when those will go up Monday morning. Don't worry if you're following me on social media, which you should be anyways. Or here on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and like down below. Really helps me out. But I'll announce it in all those places. Make sure people have, you know, at least a couple days heads up of when those are coming up and how long you have. And then, like I said, you'll have a week. So even if you don't remember until Monday when you see it somewhere, you'll have a week to get on, snag it real quick, and get that order in. So looks like everyone thinks that's cool. Hopefully that's the case. Really want to do some cool stuff. The Silver Bullet, what's that called? It's the Silver Mirage. That is on the block. Mark and I are working on a bunch of different things. He's got a bunch of freaking amazing files that he's done that most of them will find their way over. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Every Friday right now is when I will do a new product on the site. So if I've got something new, it'll come out on a Friday. I've got a bunch of stuff already printed out, ready to go, photos taken. There's some cool stuff coming, but I don't want to flood too much too fast, both for customers ordering things. I know you know, you guys only have so many funds, so much limited access to stuff. So I don't want to flood it. But also for myself of, you know, setting up the print, making sure it's printing well before I get it going out. Um, you know, setting up too much too fast, something's going to end up getting missed or not be printing right, and then cause more issues than it's worth. So lots of days to keep track of, but don't worry, follow me on social media and stuff. It'll all be up there as it comes, so you'll see it right away. So next on my list, anyways, is what's next for GI Customs. So a few things. I did just see a comment here. What do we got? Freedom Red. Hey, how you doing, man? Tomahawk stay available on your website down the line. As far as I'm aware, yes. I do have a lot of orders for Tomahawks right now that are piling up. So there very well could be a time where any of that stuff kind of takes a hiatus for a little bit. There'll be very few things. I can't think of anything right now that that will disappear and not come back. Some of it I might have to take down of like, hey, I've got 50 of these lined up. Like I got to hit a pause so I can catch up and then come back to it. If something's going to disappear forever, I'll make sure everyone knows of like, hey, I'm having problems with this or whatever. Like I'm going to do a couple more and then it's gone until I can fix it. I'll make sure people know about that. So that's no problem. Volume just tanks. Is that for everybody or just save time? All right, well, yeah, I'll keep going. You guys let me know if that's for everyone or just same time toys. You might have clicked a button on your side. I've done that several times myself. Accidentally hit something and think it's on the other side, and oh, lo and behold, it's me. So with that question out of the way, right now, okay, it's good, cool. What's next? So, I already went over releases every Friday. I'm gonna plan on that for the foreseeable future until I run out of things, either from Mark, myself, other things going on, different limited editions, something like that. I'll keep doing that. And then to go along with that, my long-term plan, and right now I'm still getting things with Mark worked out, making sure collaborations kind of function on the back end on our side of things. But my plan is to add in other collaborators as we go. So be able to build out the arsenal, background, whatever, the stock of what's offered on GI Customs. So I'll be working with other people down the line. I don't know who or when or what kind of volume that'll be or time frame on any of it, but that is my long-term thought and goal, is to continue to do my own stuff and bring my own designs to the table as I'm able to do them and have time to do them, like the gates and the porta potties and all that kind of stuff, but also be able to help some other collaborators and other designers out that maybe, you know, have their stuff on Etsy or only selling files that I can bring up and sell prints and send them their percentage as well, because that's, you know, I'm all about, you know, making sure the designer of it not only gets credit but then gets their money as well. I've got no problem with that. So yeah, things will keep coming down the line. So that's something I wanted to make sure people know, that I will be bringing in other people as time allows and the opportunities come up. Next on the list, let's see. I will be bringing in a guest on live stream. I'm going to get at least one or two maybe out of the way here, kind of go over things that I want to do or to talk about, make sure is out there and let people know about. But then I will be bringing in guests. Already had a couple of people ask me, which is fantastic. That it seems unreal that that's the case, that people are asking me to be on my live stream. Like, man, who am I? Like, why do you want to come to me? But it's great. I love it. Love to be part of the community and bring people in and just chat with them, see what's going on, talk to them. So that'll be something this live stream does from time to time. More exclusives. We kind of talked about that with the Tiger Force sidecar here, which I just can't. It looks cool. That one might be mine. That one might not go anywhere. But I will be doing more exclusives, and every time my plan is every time one of those happens is I will announce it first here on a live stream. So if you're on the live streams hanging out, that's the first time, that's the first place you're going to see it. And then it'll at least be a couple days, a week later before I push it out to social media, and put it up to, buy. So there is a bunch of that I have ideas of. So we'll kind of see how this first one goes and go from there, but definitely something I want to continue. Carlos here. Hey, what's up, man? Got a question. Can we get a pet-friendly sidecar for Pork Belly, Raucous, Timber, Order, and Junkyard? That is a really good idea, man. Mark's in here somewhere. Maybe we can work out like just a different seat insert without a back or something. I don't know, I'll have to do some test fitting and see what needs to be changed. You might just have to take off this little front thing, and I bet a dog could sit right in there, no problem. So I don't know what else specifically. I've never put a dog in a sidecar in real life, but I don't know what else would need to be in there for them. But I bet you could just by taking that front off, and you should be just fine. So I'll do some different testing and see if that's enough, or if they need a little more room or something, and talk to Mark about it. Maybe that's a quick little design of a different seat insert or something like that. But that's a great idea. I love the idea. So guys, keep them coming. If you got a question, I mean, I like to say, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So ask. If it's like, hey, we're never going to do that, I got no problem saying that. But anything's possible. We can always get something done. I did want to go over a little bit. If anyone's got any questions, go ahead and shout them out right now. And I'll get to those, do a few here in between, and then I'd like to touch on the website a little bit and show you guys some new things that I kind of added behind the scenes that have been up there, but I haven't announced. So some people may have seen them. They're nothing crazy, but wanted to go over those as well. When will Sky Striker be coming? I believe I have a Sky Striker on there already. I think I have it both custom painted and as a print. And I believe I already have an order for a custom painted one. Just got it yesterday or day before. So that'll actually, I think it's my first custom painted one, which means I'll do a YouTube series on it. I don't know, down the line. I've got a bunch of them lined up with the different projects I have going on. So they'll be up there for sure. Actually, when we go over the site here in a few minutes, I'll show you on there so you can see it. No problem. Destro Designs, thanks, man. Put that order in. I'll get you 10% off. Don't forget the little stream code going across the bottom. Get that, save that 10%, and I'll shout you out if that's the case on here. Freedom, no problem, dude. Hey, there's I keep thinking there's not much on the site until I go on the site again. I'm like, holy cow, like there's a bunch of stuff on here. So it's easy to miss, or to be focused on other things and just not see. That's no big deal. All right, so see if I can do this or not here. So we're gonna do, there we go. We got my site up here. So I assume everyone here has been on the site at some time, but if not, no big deal. Just kind of want to go over it. So homepage, there's a couple slides here. One takes you to some bestsellers, one takes you to all the products. You can see all of them. And then up front here is always going to be, or I'm always going to try to keep it, the newest stuff. So whatever just came out, so like concrete barriers, T-walls just came out. These two are Mark designed. Concrete barriers was one. I actually started a T-wall, and then worked out this deal with Mark and stuff, and was talking to him, and he already had one. I'm like, fantastic. I don't have to continue that anymore. Not that it's a difficult design, but he already had one. Why continue the work? Pack rats, again, up here, you can get them in different colors, sidecars. So when the exclusive comes out, it'll be right on the homepage. You won't have to like hunt and search for it. So anything new should be up here. But you can always go, so like Sky Striker, so up the products, and I have most of it kind of separated out into categories. So like Sky Striker should be in custom vehicles. So we got Conquest, Tomahawk, Devilfish, all these guys up here. So there's a Sky Striker. custom painted. Like I said, I haven't done a custom painted one yet, so this is a stock picture of, I think, someone else's print. Actually, I didn't even take pictures of the one I printed. So as I print them and have my own, then I replace all those pictures. That's what most of these have been replaced now. The Conquest is still render. That one I've got, I think I have 2 orders for those now, so that'll be replaced here soon. Night Raven, I'm working on that one. You guys have seen that's still a render, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get a full photograph of that because of how big it is. I think it's geez, I think it's just over 5 feet long. I just don't know that I have a place to shoot end to end on that in my current setup. So that picture might never be replaced, or it might be one at a different angle or something like that. So all of those will be replaced as they're done, or as I get orders. Some of these other ones, like even the Dreadnought trike, it'd be so easy to print. I just haven't had time because I've had so many orders. So this is still a render. So as orders come in, they'll definitely be replaced. The Stun, I just finished one of those. There's some cool stuff on here. Most of these, I think everything but the Devilfish and the Checkpoint are all Steve's toys. So all of those are his files. Most of them, the way I handle any files to some degree. I mean, so far, all of Mark's, I haven't had to do anything with, but they're on the smaller side. All these big ones, I've made changes. So the Tomahawk, I've updated the control panel. I've added magnets. Like I make my changes as I feel is needed as I print them. Carlos, yep, there's an APC on there for sure, man. Where are we at? Keep getting screens messed up. So there's an APC right down here. So custom painted and parts. Again, this is a render. I have one printed out. I actually printed out before I started doing this. I printed out an Arctic one. I really wanted to, I think it was right around the time they announced the Snowcat. And so I was like, yes, like that'd look really cool next to that with like a light gray camo on it and a tan top, like Arctic. That'd be cool. And I printed out all the pieces for it, kind of loosely assembled everything, and then got crazy busy with all kinds of orders and put it on the shelf. So it will be done eventually, but I just haven't got there yet. So I've had a lot of interest in it in multiple colors. So I will have that replaced up there. Cobra Firebat, I think I have, that is an actual image of one right there, but I don't have any of those painted up. I think I have 3 or 4 printed out. Same with the drone ships. I've done the one for the Night Raven, who's almost 100% done, and then I've got an order, I think, for 2 more of those from another customer, including a Tiger Force one, and like a Night Force / Tiger Force. Some cool stuff coming. I'm looking forward to get into some of that. Just customer requests of, hey, can you do this and add this color? And yes, that'd be fantastic. I love it. So real quick, before I keep going, we did get an order. So I wanted to put that up here because I said I would. So we got Mike. I assume that is Destro Designs order. Fantastic, man. I appreciate your order very much. Thanks for pushing that through, Mike. Love it. So we got 1 order so far. I didn't notice, but hopefully you use your Stream 10 discount and got 10% off. What do we got over here? Cobra Blue APC would be cool. I agree. That would be fantastic. Maybe a black top on it and like little red accents, different places, big Cobra symbols. Oh yeah, it'd be cool, man. Absolutely. That's you. Yep, I figured, man. Thanks for that. I appreciate it very much. What do we got? How long does it take to custom paint Tomahawk versus Sidecar? Oh, holy cow. So Tomahawk, you're looking a couple weeks at least. And that doesn't include filming. So if I'm filming it for YouTube or something, it's probably going to be an extra week or more on there just because it takes longer to set it up. Sidecar, not filming those, at least not at this point. Takes a day or so depending on what else I have going on. So again, a lot of that stuff is, like with Sidecar, like spraying the orange brown on it and letting that dry. And while I'm doing that, I'm doing something else. So then when I'm done with that, then I go back to it, spray the white, let that dry. So it's a lot of back and forth. So to say a day, it's not 8 hours straight of painting that. But it's definitely shorter than a tomahawk. That's for sure. Um, what's this? Just found you. Love these. Do you have an armadillo? Not right now. I know there's some people out there that make them, and that could be on the list for a collaborator in the future. I think I've got a list of collaborators I'd like to work with, but haven't reached out to any of them, so I won't mention any of them by name. But I believe one of them has an armadillo. Um, so I would love to offer that, but I don't believe right now I have access to that file. And I do everything I can to do, excuse me, to do the files or the prints I have. I've worked with the designer, have agreements with the designer, have commercial rights to sell them. I know there's a lot of people out there. I wouldn't say a lot, but there are people out there that don't really care about that side, and are selling them in person, selling them on Etsy, whatever, just because they have the file and they print it. That's not it's not the way I'm going to do anything at any point. Anything on here that I sell is going to be the proper way. So if I don't have rights to something, if somebody that has them, you know, won't get back to me or doesn't want me to do them for whatever reason, then they just won't be on my site. What else we got here? Go through a couple of these. What about doing vehicles for legacy characters like the Officer's Charger, Crown Vic, or Impala? I don't think that's a bad idea. In fact, I mentioned quite a few times in one of the live streams to Ramen. He was talking about different toys, cars, and stuff they're doing, because I know they're working on Firebird, and I mentioned right away, I was like, Chevy, like a Ford Crown Vic would be great. Sorry, I was Charger, Crown Vic. Yeah. Ford Crown Vic would be great. You could use that so many different ways. Be able to do a police car, a fire chief car, all blacked out one. Like, you could do all kinds of cool stuff with it. I don't know that I'm going to get into that, but never say never. I'd much rather see someone like him do it that can put the time and stuff, be injection molded, keep the price down, that kind of stuff. I'd rather focus on, to some degree, the stuff that I don't think anyone's gonna do at mass retail. So like the whale, everyone wants the whale as a HasLab. I think it'd be amazing, and I hope I'm wrong, because I'd love to buy the whale from them with all that extra stuff. That thing is so big, even just printed out the way, true to scale of the old one, just scaling it up from essentially 1/18 to 1/12, that I can't imagine the HasLab, because they always go just a bit bigger than actually just scaling it up because of the extra things they add in. I mean, it would just be gigantic, and it would cost so much that I don't think they'll ever do that. Raven, same thing. They're never going to do a Raven. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they prove me wrong and there's $1,000 Raven out there next month. That'd be freaking fantastic, but I don't think that's the case. So I'd rather stick to the stuff that either I know they're not going to do or they haven't done yet, like pack rats and stuff that makes complete sense. Like, yes, 3D printed ones are going to be great. Let's get them out there. If they happen to come out with those in the future, no problem. You just have some extra pack rats, right? So I'll probably leave that to them. Quick question: I have a Keterad for my Nox scale. I don't even know what that is, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Mark seems to know what that is. I'll have to look that up. I don't even know what it is. But if Mark thinks it's a good idea, it's probably something cool. So I'll have to look it up later and get back to you. So we're gonna get back to the site here. The one thing that I have not told anyone about, I put on here about a week ago and haven't had any orders. Surprise, surprise, because I didn't tell anyone about it. And I don't even know if people want, is I teamed up with a company to do some apparel. So all these are made to order. I kept my percentage of it as low as I could so that the prices were as low as possible for you guys. So these are ordered through my site. So the t-shirts, the hats, a fitted hat, a nice zip-up hoodie, and a nice soft t-shirt. I did work in the apparel company briefly. It was 4 or 5 years. So I made sure to get a nice shirt, and the prices are janky, $21.38. I kept my percentage as low as I could to keep the cost down. So I think I make a couple bucks per order, but wanted to put those out there. I ordered one of the Well, the GI Custom shirts, they're nice shirts, but didn't tell anyone about it. Again, I don't know how many people were ever interested in it, but they're up there. So you guys are the first to know. And if you want to order whatever, I think the way it works is when you place an order, there'll be a separate shipping charge, or it'll add to the shipping, because these are going to go straight through that company. So they get ordered, the order gets sent to me, but then gets sent to that company. They produce the shirt in whatever size and color, whatever that you pick. They ship it out to you directly. So if you add it in with like one of the sidecars or something like that, the shipping might be a little extra because you're getting that shipped, these shipped from them and the part shipped from me. So it might be a little different. See, the big thing I wanted to mention here is I'm pretty sure, and I don't have the details of it, what I'm going to do, because I will be at Joe Fest this year in June, is I'll probably do some kind of cool giveaway thing of, hey, if you come to the booth and you have a GI Custom shirt on that you have ordered, you get something for free. I'll have something set off to the side that's only for people that have some kind of apparel from me and may or may not add things on here, I don't know. And that way you come to the booth and you've got one of my shirts on, hey, cool, like, here, I'm going to grab something out of this box over here. This is for you. Like, you get this for free just for ordering a shirt and wearing it around. So I'll do something like that. I'll announce details later, but this is where you'd get that. So just something a little extra. Like I said, I didn't tell anyone about when I put these up here. So something that's not always up there. All right, go back home. We got a few comments over here. I keep forgetting my mouse is up there. So one of those WW World War II tank, half motorcycle. Okay. Sounds freaking cool. Like, yeah, that's what that half rack or curtain crad was. Like, sounds cool. Absolutely. What we got here? How about a Cobra Kaju robot? We got all kinds of things. Sidecars, the weapon, just a minigun that comes with the RAM. Yes. So the minigun that comes with the RAM. Here, let me go back here. So it comes with this little piece. So this little piece comes with your RAM sidecar, and it just slots right in the bottom here. Slides right in, and then that plugs right in on the top of the sidecar of this piece. So it plugs right in there. So it doesn't come with the minigun, but it plugs right in, and you already have that because of the little machine gun box that's attached to the side. So you can just pop that out of there, put it right on here instead, or you can leave that off completely, put something else in that peg hole instead. That's a great question, though. Fantastic. Thanks for being here, Mike. We got Yojo Jerk in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate you stopping by. What else we got here? Any other questions before I move on? Robot. What we got here? I'd love someone to do more custom things for the RAM like we have for the Vamp and Stinger. That's not a bad idea. I like it. Like I said, this was Mark's design. I think it's a great design. Being able to hook other things on there. I mean, what kind of stuff other than a sidecar would you be interested in seeing? I think that's the main question of, you got the gun box, the machine gun box, right? Comes with it. Got the sidecar that may or may not be able to hold pets. Yeah, what else? What other kind of things would you like to see with it? I think that's the conversation that needs to be had is, what other ideas or options are out there. But I think it's a good idea. So we got here, I really want that black and red fire bat along with numerous other things. Hey man, they're all on there. They're ready. They're ready for you to go. Speaking of which, I got another order here. All right, James Holt ordered something. James Holt Jr., to be specific. Thank you if you're in here. I appreciate that. Again, I hope you use the Stream 10 code down there. Save yourself 10% off. So we got that going on. What else do I have going on? Don't forget, since Jerk is in here, it did remind me again, get that Yojo Jerk discount. So if you order, I think it's over $100 in any of the bunker equipment. So the walls, the gates, the potty inserts, the command control center, anything like that, you order over $100 and you use the code JERKHATESIT25 because it was on his bottom 5 list of the actual set from Hasbro as one of his worst things from last year, which is cool. But you add some things to it, makes it a whole nother different world. But if you use that, then you get one of the double urinals for free with it. So I think that just goes through the end of this month. So just another, what, 11 days, 10 days or whatever. So make sure to grab that while it's there. It's up on my social media. I think Jerk's been talking about it during all his podcasts, which I appreciate so much. Thank you, man. So don't forget about that. Last couple things here before we just open it up to more questions and then wrap it up is I wanted to go over, so since this is kind of a, what's going on with GI Customs, what's new, all that kind of stuff, is I mean, just trying to be as transparent as I can about everything, which is why I try to do all the time. This was my goal with launching a YouTube channel in general, is to show people the process of designing, painting, assembling some of these bigger vehicles, 3D printing them, and give people that maybe don't do that stuff, or even that do some of it but not other parts, kind of an inside look of how it works, how much time it takes, the different techniques. Hopefully it helps and inspires some people. But there are a few points I just wanted to go over to let everyone know. Custom vehicles on my site have blown up, which is fantastic. I appreciate all of it. I am about 20 vehicles behind right now. A lot of these things take a lot of time, and I know I put on my site anywhere, I think it's at least 30 to 45 days after you order, or it might be 45 to 60. Some of these, they just take a long time. So if you are ordering any of those, just want to put that out there. Absolutely get the order. I've got a humongous whiteboard over here on the side that's got all my orders lined up and when they came in and when they're going out. So getting things done, keeping things flowing, but make sure that you pay attention to that little disclaimer on those items, and know when things are about coming. I think I mentioned it a few other times in different streams of I do keep in touch with people. So as things are being done, I send emails to people and say, hey, all your stuff's printed. Hey, I'm getting ready to print it or paint on this week. Sometimes I'll send pictures. So if it's stuff that I've got questions on, or like, hey, I know you were asking about the green used on this or something, I'll send pictures. I'll update you as much as I can, and as reasonable. But I do keep in track or in touch with people, especially when they're ordering stuff. I mean, I get it, even $200 or $300. Like it's not the most expensive thing on my site for sure, but I get that when someone's ordering that's putting a lot of trust and faith in me, and that's $200 or $300 that's out of your wallet. Might be huge, might be nothing to you, might be everything to you. I appreciate that and feel that, so I make sure that communication's there and that you're still getting updates and stuff like that. So I do my best there, but I am getting organized and stuff to keep that stuff flowing. But I just want to make sure touch on that a little bit. I will be doing more of my personal 3D designs. I've got 3 or 4 in progress right now, but being a new designer, new modeler, it takes me longer than the normal person maybe that knows what they're doing. So those things will keep coming out, like I said, in between maybe Mark's releases and stuff like that, or any other collaborators in the future, on Fridays. So I'll still keep those coming out. And the print farm is growing. I've been posting it on social media, adding more printers. I've got 5 FTM printers right now and 1 resin printer. So things are being printed faster. So if you are ordering smaller items, normally I get them out within a few days. As long as I'm not waiting on filament. That happens every so often, that they'll be out of this specific color or type of filament I want, and I gotta wait a couple extra days. So sometimes that holds things up. I do my best to order ahead instead of being reactionary, but I can't always cover it. If someone orders something in a different color that isn't the norm, I might not have it, so it pushes things back. Last thing before I get to some questions here, I just wanted to share this because, I don't have enough going on. I have this project in my head that I kind of want to start. Want to get people's reactions on it a little bit. It won't be something for sale. It might be something that comes to Joe Fest with me. But in the last couple days, my daughter has gotten into Transformers. and I got her a couple of the blockies, like little 4-inch. They're the Galaxy version, I think. They have so many different collections and versions. I'm pretty sure they're the Galaxy, like 4 inches or so. But it clicked in my head of I really want to print a 1/12 scale Optimus Prime that I can put with the Joes. That lines up, and from what I did some quick research, he's supposed to be somewhere in the ballpark of 20 feet or 28 feet tall in the comics compared to everything else. So I'm thinking, that's roughly 28 to 30 inches tall, fully printed, so big, but not like, taking up the whole room behind me or something. So that's my next project in between projects that I like, yeah, that'd be really cool. Need to find a good file that I can scale up to that. I know there's a few freebies out there. Like I said, it's not something that I'll be selling, so I'm not super worried about the license on it or anything like that. I'm just looking to get it added to my collection, and I think it'd just be really cool since those two universes kind of collide anyways. I think that'd be cool. It'd be something fun for a YouTube video and social media and stuff to have one. If there's one out there, I've not heard it. It could be out there. I know that One Oak Customs makes some bigger, I think they're Gundams, but bigger robots, which are really cool. But I've never seen a 1/12 scale 6-inch classified size Optimus. So if it's not out there, or if it is out there, I haven't seen it, someone sent it to me on social media or something, I'd love to take a look at it if it exists. I would love it to be a HasLab in the future. It'd be really cool. That if they are, there's Energon universe where they're colliding, like have a 1/12 scale Optimus Prime come as a HasLab or made to order or something with a figure that goes with him, like that'd be pretty cool. But I'm not gonna wait on that. I'd like to find a file. I'm gonna start printing things in between other things. Be one of those, like every time I sit at a printer, I'm like, what do I need to print next? I've got that. All right, well, I'm just going to print a part for this and put them in a box. And then when it's done, assemble them, paint them, make it cool. So that's probably my next side project that, I don't have time to do, but I'm going to do anyways because I think it would be cool. So keep your eyes open for that. I'll go back here a little bit and see what kind of feedback and different questions I have going on here. Quicker than HasLab. Hey, sometimes, yep. It still makes me feel bad when people wait so long. The guy with this Raven, I think he's been waiting the longest out of any of them, future or past. He's been waiting about 2.5 months now. I know that's nothing compared to some out there, but to me, I feel bad. I want people to get their stuff. Like it makes me excited, and I want them to get their thing. Like, I put myself in their shoes, and like, obviously we all want it yesterday, but I'd like to get things out as fast as I can. And you are correct, quicker than a HasLab, but they are making a few more than me, so give them a little leeway. Ladder for the Rattler also work with the Sky Striker. I'm sure to some degree. Now that the Rattler for the ladder, the way it's designed, is one hook is higher than the other to match the curve of the Rattler's cockpit. So when I print out a full Sky Striker here in another month or so, I will try and see how it fits up. There's a good chance that it will. If not, it might just need to be adjusted a little bit, like the angle of those two hooks or the depth of them or something like that. So if it doesn't, we might be able to figure something out. Cobra Bug. Yes, someone out there has a Cobra Bug. There's a guy that does it. He's on my short list of guys to reach out to at some point someday. No, that thing's I haven't seen. I've seen pictures of his, but not in scale. I mean, it seems like it's pretty big. So it wouldn't be a like quick print kind of thing. It would be a like custom order. Takes a while, right? Skew Raider. What's going on, man? Takes time and patience, but worth 100%. I appreciate that, man. I hope that's the attitude and stuff that continues on. I do my best. I pour my heart and soul and creativity into these things when I'm painting them, and usually go overboard in details. So usually when someone orders something, I'm doing it above, I hope anyways, low expectations, but when they come out, like, under promise over deliver kind of deal. So I appreciate that. Freedom Red, what's your day job? This consumes. This is my day job right now. As lucky as I am to do this, I don't have another day job. My wife works. Did a lot of work before this. Had a company and a business and sold that, and was just lucky enough to have started this collection at the same time as started printing, started painting, and it just kind of happened. So I'm very, very blessed to have this as my day job. So yeah, it does consume a lot of time. I usually get up about 4 a.m. and start my day. In the middle there, taking my daughter to school and take care of my dog and all the other stuff. So I put in a good 7 to 8 hours normally in a day, and then throughout the evening and night and the rest of the afternoon, I'm taking care of printers and moving things around and doing live streams and stuff like that. So it's like any other small business. As you start, you say like, yeah, 7 to 8 hours, and really it's 10 to 15 is what it really comes down to, right? Just got to purchase support. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I did. Cliff, that must be you. I appreciate it, dude. I did get your order right in there. It came in sometime when I was rattling on here. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it very much. Just got for a first blocky there. Cool. I agree. I really thought my 8-year-old would be able to put them together a little better. And the big ones, man, some of those, man, I about pulled pliers to push some of those parts together. They weren't as easy as I anticipated, but they're really cool. Like the articulation and stuff is fantastic. Yes, the Optimus, 100%. Yeah, I think it'll be really cool. How long it'll take me in between things to actually print it, paint it, and stuff. It might be 6 months to a year. Like I said, I'd love to have it at Joe Fest. I think would be cool, but I don't know if I have the time to actually do that in between everything or not. So we'll see if that happens. But I agree with you. I think it'd be really cool. Yeah, they do need that for Energon Classified. I think it's a matter of time. I mean, I worked in the toy business for about 5 years right out of college. I worked for Greenlight Collectibles. We made die-cast cars. So know the gist of it, right? Obviously Hasbro's a different company. I think Greenlight, when I was there, had all of 12 or 13 employees. So much smaller scale than anything these big toy companies are doing. But I do know that if they think of this, say today, like, yes, we're going to do that, get the approvals, get everything today, they're working 6 to 8 months out as is. So even if they had all the artwork, everything done, it's 6 to 8 months at least before anything's happening. Just that's the way production works. I mean, I remember in February, April, we're working on Christmas releases, just because you have to. By the time you get it over, get the artwork over there, get the approvals, send prototypes back and forth, like, no, change this line, no, change this color, no, change this. And you're also working on the 12-hour time difference. So when I was working with people in China and I was production product development manager, I would work all day, and then I would come home and have to get on my computer or get on my phone at 7, 8 o'clock when it was 7 a.m. in China and talk to my production manager over in China and say, hey, what's going on? I sent you these emails. Did you read them yet? Because they're just starting their day. So everything gets pushed back even that much more as you're doing things. So I would be surprised with the way things are going if this isn't at least on their board of things that are going to happen someday, right? So I think it's coming. Hopefully with my time, I can print one faster than they can get everything together, but who knows? Did just get another order. Mike Fisher. Hey man, I appreciate it. If you're in here, I'm assuming you are, but if you're not, oh well, you'll watch this later. I appreciate your order there. Hopefully you use the 10% off coupon or code if you're in here. All right, another idea for the Ram. Different weapons to mount to the sidecar. Absolutely. Something I thought and just hadn't communicated yet was just some kind of generic mount that you could mount a bunch of the different weapons to. I don't know if it's some kind of clamp, if it's some kind of something you could put a bunch of different types of weapons on that you could just slot in that we already have. So you don't even have to get the weapons or buy the weapons from me to say, but you could buy a different mount, put it on what you already have, and then interchange whatever weapon you want. So definitely an idea. Maybe it comes in the future. Hear me out on a masked rhino that is Optimus and driven by Duke and comes with, hey, I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I mean, I know my vision of Optimus is the flat front semi truck. I don't know that much about Transformers. I know there's a time where he was that, time where he was more something like the Rhino. So I don't see it being completely unreasonable, but not my show to direct, right? Hey, I appreciate everyone being here. What's this? Kind of surprised me they didn't do Optimus with the Transformers crossover with the O-ring. Yeah, I don't know, man. They got some crazy stuff that they have done. So hopefully we got some more overlap there in the future. I think bringing those two lines together, getting the Transformers customers and crowd into G.I. Joe a little bit, getting the G.I. Joe guys and the Transformers a little bit, brings both of those licenses and worlds together. To me, that's a win-win. Now, internally, who knows how that goes? You got two different teams trying to work together. As much as all of us think, like, just go talk to them. Like, I know that's not always how it works. So, who knows what we'll see, what we won't see. But I agree it would be great. Yeah. Oh, there, Mike Fisher. I knew I saw that name. I just couldn't remember. We only got 27 people here, but I appreciate that. I didn't know if there'd be 2 people or how many people would show up. So it's hard for me to pay attention. But I appreciate your order and glad you got the 10% off. Definitely a great time to snag some. Well, that is all I have in my show notes, guys. So let's go to some questions. If you've got different questions before we wrap this up, but I appreciate everyone being here. It's my first live stream outside of the giveaway. So trying to do a more structured show in some fashion anyways. I know it kind of, you got structure and then you kind of veer off in different ways as things go. But hopefully it's something that you guys like. Definitely give feedback in the comments below. Not that I listen to everything or care about everything, but I'll definitely read it. And if it's something I think I can improve or add to or change, I'm all for it. Here for you guys and to have some fun and join the community. So if we don't have any questions, I'll be glad to wrap this up and we'll take it to tomorrow. So don't forget to like and subscribe. You'll be in tune with the What's New Wednesday coming out tomorrow. And I guess while I'm waiting here a little bit, I could just kind of go over that show schedule again for anyone who wasn't here at the beginning. So every Tuesday there'll be something, whether it's a live stream, will be every other week, and in the in-between weeks it'll be the main long form videos of Sky Strikers or Night Raven painting, tomahawks, whatever it is. So there'll be better produced videos of those hopefully. And then every Wednesday it'll be a What's New Wednesday, real short video of just something that's new on the site, whatever it is, kind of going into more detail, making sure all the colors are shown off if I've got them printed, stuff like that. And then Fridays will be the release day. So if I've got a new item coming out on the site, it'll come out on a Friday, usually Friday morning. Like I said, my day starts at 4. Sometimes I forget that, sitting there at 4:35 and posting things. I'm like, most people aren't up yet. So I try to move that around, but that's the day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday for releases. I'm going to do everything I can to keep that routine and schedule going. So should do an equalizer. Yeah. I think if you check out Mark II Designs shows a 3D G.I. Joe or G.I. Joe 3D printing podcast. I think he does it every Sunday, or he's going to be doing it every Sunday at noon. Their last show, they just did a whole list, went through almost every G.I. Joe vehicle up to like 92 or 93. They didn't go all the way through the 90s because it's the 90s. But they went through a bunch and they added stuff to the list of files he's going to be working on with the other guys and have a big list of all kinds of stuff. So if you any of those kind of vehicles, check that out, see if it's on their list. It's something I assume they're planning to do at some point in the future. Not like they're all going to be out next week or something. That's crazy. but I want to say the Equalizer was on that list, but I don't remember exactly. I was there paying attention, but you know, I'm in my 40s. The memory of all the stuff, man. I got a lot of things going on. So what was on that list, I don't remember. But he is doing a poll right now, I believe, for what should be first, what they should be focusing on first, stuff like that. So definitely go check that out. I'll do what I can to put a link to it down below. The front mounted weapon be made to attach to the front of the Ram instead of the sidecar. I don't know. You got that windshield and stuff up there, and I just custom painted a Ram for a guy and was trying to remove that windshield, and I got it to the point where I felt it was either going to come off and pop out or it was going to break, and so I just stopped and did my painting around it. Now luckily it was a original army green Ram car or Ram cycle, and he was just asking me to detail it up, so I didn't really need to paint under the windshield or anything. But some of the things Hasbro makes are easier to take apart than others. The Ram is one that I feel like they had absolutely no intention of anyone ever taking it apart. Everything I could see was either glued or there was a screw under a cap, and that cap was glued the way it looks like. So there's a bunch of stuff that isn't as easy to take apart on the Ram as usual. So yeah, I don't know. That's a question. It's a good question. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys. Mark just said, thought someone else was working on the Equalizer. That could be too. I remember hearing the name during that podcast, so maybe someone else is working on it. So there is or is going to be an Equalizer out there at some point. So keep your eyes open. I don't know who that is that's working on it, but there's a whole bunch of people working on a bunch of different things. Some original designs that I've seen that look amazing, and then some old Joe designs that they're redoing in a bigger scale. So there's a bunch of different people working on stuff out there. It's fantastic. More stuff, the better, in my opinion. Give people the options to print it, or to buy it from a printer if they can't print it or whatever. But you know, Hasbro's only going to do so much. They can only do so much. So more stuff out there for sure. Have a great night. I appreciate all of you. If you liked the intro, you're going to love the outro. So stay tuned for it. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Really helps me out. And hopefully this next stream, I will be at the first level of monetization. Still waiting on just the view hours. So make sure to watch this. Send other people to it. I'd really appreciate it. Then we can start getting members, member chat, all that kind of stuff. Super chats. You guys can take care of that. And, get that cooking on your side. Add some extra stuff to you guys. Maybe do a members only after show like a lot of guys do. So appreciate all of you. Have a great week.
It's that time, grab a seat, snack in hand, set to geek. Tastic heroes on the screen, dream it up, print the scene. G.I. Joe on the table, new ideas on the way. Paint and polish on the cable, every single Tuesday Toy Talk. We're dialing in, building up worlds with a crazy grin. 3D print and custom paint on the go. Tuesday Toy Talk, crank it up loud. G.I. Customs leading the crowd. Oh yeah, Tuesday Toy Talk. G.I. Joe on the table, new ideas on the way. Paint and polish on the cable, every single Tuesday Toy Talk. We're dialing in, building up worlds with a crazy grin. 3D print and custom paint on the go. Tuesday Toy Talk, crank it up loud. G.I. Customs leading the crowd. Oh yeah. Ready, set, play. Toy time every Tuesday.
Tuesday Toy Talk.